This video will be of me answering a bunch of questions posed by the people at Praxis about my life, my philosophy, who I am, and all kinds of other shenanigans. So let's get started. Who are you? What's your story? I consider myself to be a person of many goals and dreams and desires, but limited resources. I first started to notice I was different from those around me really in elementary school, and this just continued all the way throughout high school, and I had this hunger to be extraordinary, and no one else really seemed to have that same hunger, and I don't know why, but it was in me. I had this internal rebellion towards the dogmatic authority of the system, but I didn't allow it to really manifest itself until about the junior year of high school, my junior year of high school. And I saw these people, sheep, just doing exactly as they were told. They were going to go and graduate, they were going to go to college, and they were going to have a bunch of kids, go and then get a career, and then retire, and then die, and live completely uninteresting, dull lives. And I wanted nothing to do with that. So I started getting very unconventionalist. I would rebel against my teachers. I still got great grades just because I was too prideful to have anything but excellence, but I was sick of it. Eventually, at the end of the second semester, and over the summer between my junior and senior year, I decided I was done with high school, and I didn't go back. And I started exploring internet entrepreneurship, and I was like, this is for me, because I just saw so much more potential in entrepreneurship than in the traditional crappy path. I learned skills, I acquired connections and all these different things, but I still didn't fulfill that desire to be extraordinary, to do something big, to actually be a part of something significant. Here I'm writing copywriting for a plumbing company, and it's like, okay, plumbing's cool, but it's not what I'm looking for. I am looking to do something amazing, to be more than just the average Joe. Up until now, I've still had this lack of this feeling of direction. Basically, I want to live. I want to change the world. I want to be extraordinary. I don't just want to exist. And that's kind of my entire philosophy of life. My biggest regret, if I die, will be that I didn't do more, that I didn't live more, that I didn't do something beyond surviving. And that defines everything about me. What's the hardest thing you've ever worked on? Myself. And that isn't some cliche answer. I know we can say we're always growing and all of that, but what I mean by the answer myself is that I feel that few people have dedicated the conscious, specific time and energy into personal development that I have. I consider myself to basically be a house, and I'm just constantly making renovations, and I want to become the best possible house that house can be. I basically treat this human thing I inhabit as a big project, and I just want to improve it over and over again and grow it over and over again. And I consciously, constantly think about what I can do to become better, and just to contribute as much as I possibly can to this existence that we call humanity. So yeah, I work so hard on being the absolute best I can, and we can all say that, but I feel truly that I've dedicated so much specific energy into making myself better, and I've worked harder on myself than I've worked on anything else. What is the biggest difference between you and your peers? Plato told the story of three men chained in a cave facing a blank cave wall. Behind the men, there were all kinds of things walking behind them, and these things cast shadows on the wall. And these men had been chained their entire lives in the cave. Since the only thing they ever saw was the shadows, they came to accept these shadows as reality, as correct. There was no other possible belief, and anyone that had something else was wrong, because it's all they knew. Well, one of the men eventually breaks free from the cave. He breaks free and he goes outside and he sees, oh my goodness, there's a whole world beyond what we've been thinking is correct. He spends time there and he discovers all these new things, he gains new mindsets, he realizes that the correct path wasn't necessarily the correct path. So this man goes back to the cave and he tries to tell his friends, my brethren, look what I found! You wouldn't believe it! And he tries to explain to them. He dedicates so much personal energy into converting them to his mindset, and they all think he's crazy. And they all roll their eyes, and they all say, oh, that's just his new beliefs, I guess he's just going off the deep end. I am the freed prisoner, and my peers are the two men still locked in the cave. I've actually lost quite a bit of my friendships. Just an ideological valley grows every single day, bigger and bigger, between people that I used to be able to connect with. The way I feel about things now is just so drastically different from them. What makes me different is that I just feel on a higher plane, on a whole new level of like open-mindedness and seeing what's possible, and they just don't. What value would you bring to a business? Excellence, dedication, efficiency, adaptability, trust, positivity, motivation, and friendliness. When was the last time you changed a belief? Two things. The first one is when I realized the conventional path was not correct for me. It hit me like a bowling ball in the face. It was shocking to me, and this whole new world of possibilities opened up before me about what I can actually do for my life and for the world. I don't really know why it happened. I can't say it was just an awakening. It was like as I was in a dream, the dream that everyone else is in, of the correct path. And I woke up from it, and since I have been more free and liberated from the captivity of culture and dogma, and I could not be happier about it. The second thing is about a week ago, or a little bit longer, when I discovered Praxis. Up until now, I had always believed I was going to travel the world. In fact, starting next month, I have a backpack that has everything I own, and I could live nomadically immediately. I was going to be working online, trying to fund it, and I would have been living dirt poor, but I would have been doing what I wanted to do. And then I discovered Praxis, and everything's changed, and I feel that it is the correct thing for me. The fact that I've changed and postponed my ideas to travel the world is such a significant change that I can't even explain. I didn't believe that an education system that was fit for me existed. I felt so lonely, I felt so lost. The belief that that was true was huge to me, that now I've adopted the idea that, wow, I don't have to be alone. I don't have to be this freak entrepreneur, and that's the second one, and I'm very happy about it. Who is your favorite philosopher/thinker? Rene Descartes. And I pick Rene because Rene kind of established the Cartesian doubt, which is a systematic process of being skeptical about the truth of one's beliefs. And of course, I love this. It reminds me of a certain traditional path belief I chose to question. Cartesian doubt is at the center of my life of philosophy, questioning everything. He was the one who coined the phrase, "I think, therefore I am," which is just incredible. Thank you for watching this short video. I hope you liked my answers. I hope that I'm considered for the program. I think that I'd be a perfect fit for it. Praxis is so awesome to me, and I hope that you'll consider me to be a part of it. Thanks.